Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I heard a lot of the reviewers reviewing this beer, so I decided to pick up a couple of these and see how they did. I'm a big fan of Samuel Adams beers, but they do a lot of lower ABV beers, and a lot of their beers are made for the transitional drinker. Somebody like me that has drank thousands of beers over my, I want to say, illustrious career or beer drinking age, being just turned 57, and I've been drinking beer since I was 18, so I've had a few beers in my day. This is a seasonal beer. This is their Cold Snap. And basically the commercial description on this says, crisp and lively, the hazy smoothness of this unfiltered white ale, which basically is a wheat beer, is roused by the crackling of spring spices, from a hint of sweetness from orange peel and plum to the peppery bright bite of fresh ground coriander. The subtle blend of spices creates just the right refreshing kick to signal that spring is on its way. And I can't wait. I mean, it's been unusually cold this year, and as most of the people here in the U.S. from the midway up, I'm in Virginia, so everybody's straight across. Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, everybody from there up, Michigan, all them guys, New York, they've been hammered with snow and ice and everything else this year. So it's been unusually cold with all these polar blasts that's been coming every couple of days. So, and as a matter of fact, they're calling for more sometime this week. So, and there was a few flurries out there this morning. So it's been unusually cold, and I'm ready for spring. Spring and fall are my two favorite times of the year. It's not too cold and it's not too hot, so can't wait till spring gets here, guys. Alright, let's go over to the food pairings for this beer. It says the cheeses are peppery and Monterey, pepper jack, your tangy cheeses, brick, Edam, feta, and the meat for this is poultry, fish, and shellfish. This is going to be a very light beer. It's going to go with just about anything. I mean, you could have this with pasta or pizza or whatever. I mean, it's I've not had this beer before, but I got a feeling this is going to be your basic lawnmower beer, if you will. So, glassware for this is a pint, becker, a nonic, the tumbler, the pilsner glass, the pokel, the mug, the sidel, or the stein. Since it's a wheat beer, I went ahead and brought out the Wiesen glass, and it's not recommended for extended cellarings on this beer because it is an ABV of 5.3, so you're not going to want to cellar something 5% or less like that for a very long time. It does have a definite shelf life, and most of their stuff has a date code on this, and they're wanting you to have this by May of 2014. So here we're just in February, so I think we're good there. What's written on the bottle is white ale brewed with spices and spices added, is what it says. So let's get the cap off of this bad boy and see if it's any count at all. Nice nice cap on this one. So this one will probably end up down on the green fridge. I want to save this one. Not your typical just plain Jane Samuel Adams cap, although they do switch colors around a little bit on it. So, and since it is a wheat beer, it may have some sediment in the bottom of it. Not a whole lot. We want to make sure we get everything in there, into the glass, and we have. Alright guys, looks pretty good. We got us about a finger of head on that pour. It is semi-cloudy. I cannot see the bulb. I can see light through it, but I cannot see the bulb. A lot of bubbles streaming up. It tells me it's very well carbonated. Looks pretty good in the glass. Very orangey, golden orange color. Your typical wheat beer color. Looks very good in the glass. Let's get a nose on it and see what we can pick out. I am smelling the spices and the coriander. Not getting any plums though. Wheat, coriander, orange peel, maybe some lemon peel or lemongrass. But there's a notable spice presence in this beer. Smells very good. Let's give it a taste. First beer of the day. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Very sessionable, very easy drinking. Not a huge taste here. A very good transitional beer. Really not a whole lot of anything there other than what I spoke of. Coriander, orange peel, lemongrass, and some little bit of spices. I don't know what kind of spices they've used on this. The spiciness was more present in the nose basically than it is in the taste. It's really not really a spicy tasting beer. Very easy drinking, very sessionable. What I call lawnmower beer. Yeah, not super impressed with it, but a good lawnmower beer if you're out working in the yard. They call this a spring beer. I would think it'd be more like a summer beer when it's about 90 degrees outside. You want to drink something that's ice cold and refreshing. This probably would be the one, or one of them that you could pick up and drink, which would quench your thirst and not to be too heavy on your stomach, like a stout or a porter is going to be, or a big ABV beer where it's going to knock you down after you drink one of them. So let's let it warm up just a hair. Not very long. I'm going to let her taste it and I'll come back and do the final chug and the grade on this one, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little bit left here. This beer is definitely not blowing my hair back and my socks off, but what I consider a lawnmower beer. Nice, crisp, and refreshing. Low ABV, something after you're through working in the yard or cutting the grass or something like that. You can come in and have a couple of these and it won't knock you down or be too heavy or overfilling or anything like that. So let's do the final chug. A little bit of spiciness, coriander, lemongrass, orange peel, wheat. That's basically what I'm getting out of this beer. Like I said, very sessionable, very refreshing. Nothing spectacular. Definitely a well-made beer, but not blowing my hair back or my socks off, like I said. Guys, I'm going to give this a 5, which is a B-. I know it's a good beer, and what I told you at the beginning of it, a good transitional beer. If you're drinking Bud, Miller, or Coors, and you want to drink something with a little bit more taste, this may be something you might want to pick up and give it a try. So, that's what I got to say about this one. Let's see what the other guys have to say about it. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and Beer Advocate says 80, which is in a good range. That's about where I would put it, about at the 80. Nothing outstanding, but a nice sessionable wheat beer. So go over to Rate Beer, and Rate Beer says, and they're not very kind, 45 overall and 53 in the style. So both those numbers are very low as far as I'm concerned. I may be a little over generous, but I know Sam Adams makes some good beers, and they're not using a bunch of rice, corn, or any other adjuncts in this. It's a decent beer, but nothing outstanding. So if you're into the Bud, Miller, or Coors and you want to try something with just a little bit more taste, this may be the one you want to pick up. Something that's not going to be too hop heavy and nothing too dark that's going to scare you away. A lot of people are scared of the dark beers, and there are some low ABV porters and even stouts that are pretty tasty. But they, as soon as you pour it in a glass, they go, "Ooh, I ain't drinking that." They're scared. They're afraid of the dark. So don't you be afraid of the dark. Some of those beers are really tasty, and they're not big ABV beers. So you don't know what you're missing till you try it. I mean, if you try it, then you don't like it. Yeah, you can say you've tried it and you don't like it. Maybe your palate will advance at some time or another if you keep trying them or keep drinking different stuff, that you'll appreciate those beers. But this one right here is well-made beer, I'm sure, and a nice refreshing beer, nice sessionable beer, but nothing outstanding, guys. So if you've had this one, give me some comments back on this one, whether you liked it, didn't like it. As always, hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and let's see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.